That I grew up, I'm actually half Sicilian, half Calabrese. So I was an only child raised in an Italian household, and I realized a little while back that most of what I probably learned about health and wellness I learned there and not through medical school, internal medicine, practice, and then 20-some years on the insurance side and, you know, dealing with a lot of those issues. I learned it from my mother.
She really engages the audience. She's constantly making eye contact. She says the joke and then she kind of stops and she waits to gauge the audience response.
Let's talk about myth number one. Menopause and its symptoms mark the end of my sensuality. Nothing hit me the way menopause hit me. Medical school, I would do again in a flash. I would dissect anything. I would do it. Menopause really hit me hard. I had and continue to have every single symptom. Started about 4 years ago. This morning, I was also lamenting about the fact that my boobs are now 36 triple Ds, and I had this tremendous meltdown in Soma. Literally, my bra is so big. You can put an infant in each cup. I'm not... So the fact is that here I am, and I'm going through all of these symptoms, right? And you know, you don't feel like, well, who would have sex because it hurts and all this other stuff, right? So I pick up this Lay magazine, pardon the pun, but it was like not a clinical magazine. So I pick it up. I don't know if it was health. I read health. I read fitness. I read all this stuff. I pick it up, and there's a tiny little thing in the bottom of one page, and it says, having sex can actually help you with menopause symptoms. So I don't know what happened. It was like an epiphany. And I walked into my husband. We are going to do a little experiment. We are going to have sex a couple times a week for the next several weeks. Well, right then and there, he's like, oh my God, is it Christmas? Is it your birthday? Is it? And I said, no, I read this thing. And I'm going to monitor what my symptoms are. Ladies, I am not exaggerating about this. I put 2 and 2 together, and then I said, I have to really look into this. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but I can assure you that if you are going through this very difficult time in your life, or, you know, maybe you're just really busy. I mean, I hear from very young women who are not going through menopause, but they're very busy, and they're just sort of like, you know, I'm just really not into it. I'm going to fix that for you today. Okay.
When I first got the topic, I was a little concerned and thought, there's some people in that room that it's like watching a dirty movie with my mother. And she did a wonderful job of not making me feel uncomfortable. And as I looked around the room and at the people that paid a considerable amount of money to be a part of today, that I was concerned about making sure I had a great time. They were smiling and laughing and totally engaged, and I could tell that they were really enjoying her talk.
And I don't know of any relationship, be it with a significant other, a sister, a best friend, anything. Think about it in your life, a working relationship that you don't have to work at. So we really do have to, it is work. If I don't feel like having sex when we start, I won't get into it. Okay, this is where I talk about pity sex. And then I realize something. 2, 3 minutes into it, kind of having fun. Wait a minute now. I forgot all those things I thought I was supposed to be doing. I'm actually enjoying this. I discovered that pity sex is good. And so I say to you that you got to give it a shot. I know what and I've had women come up to me and they'd say, don't you even tell me to have sex. I said, you're going to go have sex. You're going to have sex for a couple minutes, and by the second minute, the only face popping in your head is either going to be Brad Pitt or it's going to be mine saying, see, I told you. Because all of a sudden, you will be thinking to yourself, this is kind of good, right? Okay, here's the benefits of sex. The first one, my new favorite word in the entire world, and I did not come up with this. I think this was in the fitness magazine. Sexercising. Oral sex, 100 calories. Missionary position, 10 minutes, 250 calories. Women on top. Listen, go for the 50 calories. Get on top. I think it's worth it. So semen contains a host of mood-elevating chemicals, endorphins, oxytocin, serotonin, and prolactin. Don't take your Zoloft. A study from Wilkes University indicated people having sex 1 to 2 times a week had 3 times as much immunoglobulin A. This is so important. Immunoglobulin A is like really important in our respiratory tract and our GI tract. So, you know, your common cold, the flu, you know, gastroenteritis, all this kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to get sick, so I think I should have more sex. So it has to be 1 to 2 times a week.
It's great how she keeps it very high level, and she never uses slang words or anything that's demeaning to women. So she keeps it very light and fun, and I think that that's important. I actually learned a lot today.
A lot of this has to do with pumping blood and blood going to different tissues that it needs to go to. It helps us to get a good night's sleep. And this is really interesting because this is related to oxytocin. And the rush of oxytocin actually makes you very sleepy. So that's why sometimes afterwards you roll over and you go to sleep. But let me tell you, during menopause, that's extremely important. You will find out. Here's the recipe, okay? The recipe is a genuine respect for the other person, a willingness to listen, a desire to please and to be pleased, because a lot of times what I find with women is that, you know, we're always thinking about the other person. Great communication. No, I don't like it that way. Yes, I like it this way. Again, that's another thing we don't often ask to be pleased. And uninterrupted, and it's some of you, you're not going to get uninterrupted. You got to go in the bathroom, you got to lock the door, the kids are knocking on the door. Add together and experience a healthier body, burn calories, decrease blood pressure, decrease symptoms of menopause, decrease cancer risk, sleep better, feel better about yourself, a higher level of relaxation, a deep feeling of intimacy and self-esteem. So make the recipe and manja. Thank you.